We are going to start with the chapter of operating costing. Before learning operating costing, let us try to understand what is importance of costing. Let us understand we are manufacturing these toys. And how many toys we are going to manufacture? Say 100 toys. I want to find out cost of manufacturing one toy. Why I want to find out that? So that I can determine the selling price. And once I determine the selling price, I will be knowing how much profit per toy I will be earning. So what I do is I find out the cost. What will be my raw material cost? Raw material cost is 15 rupees, 15 per toy. So it will be 1500 rupees. Again, there will be labor cost, which is more 1500 rupees. And there is electricity and other cost, overhead cost, which is 2000 rupees. So what is my total cost? Is 5000 rupees for manufacturing 100 this type of toys. So what is cost per toy? Will be rupees 5000 divided by 100 toys, which will be 50 rupees per. And so I decide that my selling price of the toy will be 60 rupees per toy, and I will be earning profits of rupees 10 per. See how costing is important. I have found out total cost, I have found out cost per toy, and from that cost per toy I could determine my profit margin and I could determine what selling price should be charged. So let us also understand disadvantages if you have undercosted and overcosted. So there are two problems in costing. It is overcosting and undercosting. Say you have hired an expert and the expert says that cost per toy is rupees 50 per toy. But your accountant says, or your costing technique says, and you are making some mistake or you are doing something incorrect, you are not apportioning overhead correctly, you are using different technique, and your cost comes to rupees 65 per toy. Rupees 65 per toy. What is exact answer as per the experts? It is rupees 50 per toy. And right now assume that 50 per toy is correct costing. But what your company, what your cost accountant has done, he has found out cost per toy at 65 per toy. So what you have done, you have overcosted the product. And so you will be deciding that your selling price will be rupees 75 and you will be earning rupees 10 as profits. What is the disadvantage? Understand, you are actually earning, if you sell it at 75, you will be actually earning 25 rupees profit per toy. What is the reason? Because your actual cost is rupees 50. By mistake, you have found out at 65. So 75 rupees selling price, you will be earning profit of 20 rupees. And first, let us understand what is under costing. What is your exact costing? Rupees 50. But your accountant has found out that your costing is rupees 35 per toy. By mistake. This is under costing. You want to earn a profit of rupees 10? And so you will be deciding your selling price your selling price will be rupees 45 per. If you cost your product exactly at 50, there are benefits of costing. If you undercost or if you overcost, both will be having some disadvantage. And what is the disadvantage? I'll tell you. If you overcost the product, what is your selling price? 75. Any person who is manufacturing same type of toy, this type of toy, would be selling at 60 rupees. Excuse me. Would be selling at 60 rupees. Your toy, same material, same quality is available at 75. You will be sooner or later out of the market. The same product, your selling price is 75, your competitor's selling price is 60. You will be sooner or later out of the market. Why? You have overpriced your product. You want profit of 10 rupees only. You think your cost is 65, so you determine the selling price of 75. Your competitor is selling at 60 rupees because he is doing exact costing, and sooner or later you will be out of the market. What are disadvantages of undercosting? Please understand, your actual cost is 75, but you are selling it at 45. So you might be selling 1 crore toys, will result into 5 crores loss. So you are unknowingly making losses. When you are selling, you are feeling that you are earning 10 rupees profit per toy, but actually you are making losses, loss of rupees 5 per toy. Why? What is your selling price? 45. What is your cost? 50. So per toy you are earning a loss of 5 rupees. Ultimately, if you are selling 1 crore toy, you will be having a loss of 5 crore rupees. So when you are selling, you are thinking you are earning profit. When you are telling your books of accounts at the end of the year, you will be incurring a loss of rupees 5 per unit, and you are unknowingly making losses. So what is the good idea? To exactly cost your product, and that is the reason why you are learning this subject, which is costing. So let us understand a situation where you are manufacturing goods, say toy, or providing services, say transportation services. So when you are manufacturing toy, as we have done before, you will be finding out the total cost, which came to 50,000. You will be finding out your cost unit. Your cost unit is a toy. So this 50,000 cost is manufacturing how many toys? Is 500 toys? We took 100 toys. See, what is my cost unit? Or I will be finding out cost per unit. And what is my unit? Unit is toy. Then my cost per unit, cost per this particular cost unit. And what is my unit in this case? Is toy, will be rupees 50 per toy. Please understand once again, your toy is my cost. Now understand, when I am providing services, when I am working in a service sector, the cost unit will be different. It will be somewhat weird, but try to concentrate, and we are understanding what is the problem. If in this services we take cost unit as seats, Actually, we will be charging per seat. What will be our revenue model is we will be charging per seat. But still, seat is not my cost unit. Let us understand, say this is a month of March. And this bus runs from Ahmedabad to Mumbai. How many seats are there in this bus? 50. And for the purpose of making it easy, in the month of March, it will travel one time from Ahmedabad to Mumbai, and it will come back also only one time from Mumbai to Ahmedabad, for making it easy. For full month, total cost, I have included all the cost: petrol, depreciation, salary, oil change, repairing, maintenance, each and every cost is included. And total cost comes to 1 lakh rupees. This is for the month of March. Now, I am finding out something which is not correct. I should not do this, but let me find out. My total cost is 1 lakh. How many seats are there? 50. But I cannot take 50. Why? When I go from Ahmedabad to Mumbai, there will be 50 seats which will be sold. When I come from Mumbai to Ahmedabad, there will be another 50 seats which will be sold. I am not saying seats will change. Seats will remain as it is. But the person who is giving me revenue from Ahmedabad to Mumbai per seat and the person who is giving revenue from Mumbai to Ahmedabad per seat will be different. So I should not calculate only 50 seats. I should calculate 100 seats. So there are total seats of 50 into 2. 50 seats will go from Ahmedabad to Mumbai and will come back from Mumbai to Ahmedabad. So there are 100 seats. And so cost per seat will be 1000 rupees per seat. And I decide that I will be charging a revenue, or I will be selling at say 1100 rupees per seat, and so will be earning profits of rupees 100 per. Let me make it 1200. So it is 200 per seat. Now, what is the problem? I'll tell you. I incurred the expenditure of 1 lakh. The bus is traveling from Ahmedabad to Mumbai, and it is carrying only 40 seats. 10 seats are empty. From Mumbai to Ahmedabad, it is traveling at 35 seats. So there is no guarantee that all seats will give you revenue. Here it is more or less certain. But here it is not certain that the bus will give you revenue of all 100 seats. So we need to find out average occupancy. What will be my capacity utilization? My 100% capacity is 50 seats. But I will have to hire an expert economist who will see me that what will be my capacity utilization. And they say my capacity utilization is 80%. So on an average, during the travel, how many seats will be occupied? Only 40 seats will be occupied. So I should not be taking 100 over here. What I should be taking is, what is my total cost? My total cost for the month of March is rupees 1 lakh. How many seats should I take? Cost units. will be 100 seats? No. I should not take 100 seats. Why? Actually, I am going to get revenue only from 80 seats. Now, this is estimated. I am not saying always you will be getting at 80%. But when you are finding out your cost, you should consider that you will be getting revenue only from 80 seats. So, cost unit should be taken as 80. And now understand 80 cannot be written as a seats because there are 100 seats. Per travel, there will be 40 seats. So when you speak 80, it will be regarded as passenger seats. It will not be seats. It will be passenger seats. How many seats are total there? 100. How many passenger seats are there? 80. That means you are going to get revenue only of 80 seats. Approximately, that is estimated. So, my cost per passenger seat, what will be written? Cost per, not seat. Cost per passenger seat will be 1 lakh divided by 80, which will be 1 lakh divided by 80 is 1250. Is cost per passenger seat? See, you were going to do under costing. You were planning to do under costing. What was your cost? 1000. You were deciding that your cost is 1000. But what is your actual cost? 1250. You would be selling the seat at 1200. What is actual cost per seat? 1250. You will be unknowingly making losses. Even if your bus is running 2 times, going from Ahmedabad to Mumbai and Mumbai to Ahmedabad, even if it is working at 45 seats, probably you will be making losses. So this is a classic example of undercosting. Your actual cost is 1250, but you are costing it at 1000. Yes. What is the cost unit? It is neither passenger. You are not finding out cost per passenger. You are neither finding out cost per seat. You are finding out cost per passenger seat. So the units in this particular idea of operating costing. What is operating costing? When you are costing some service sector, then it is operating costing. Costing of service sector. That is nothing but operating costing. So you are finding out cost per passenger seats. Say if you were to find out of hospital, what will be the cost unit? Cost per patient? No. Cost per bed? No. Cost per patient bed. If in the same example of bus, you are not charging per seat, but you are charging per kilometer, your cost unit will be converted. Bus service which is charging per kilometer, you will be finding out cost per passenger kilometer. If you are say in aeroplane business, you are transporting through aeroplane, again it will be passenger seats. So you will not be finding out cost at 100% capacity. You will finding out cost at 80-70% capacity as per the forecast how much of your aeroplane will be filled up when you are going to actually incur the cost. So these are cost units in which sector? Service sector. It looks weird. It is not per kilometer but per passenger kilometer. So one passenger traveling 1 kilometer is nothing but 1 passenger kilometer. 2 passengers traveling 1 kilometer is the 2 passenger kilometer. And understand, 1 passenger traveling 2 kilometers is also 2 passenger kilometer. In both the case, I am going to earn same revenue. 2 persons 1 kilometer and 1 kilometer 2 persons. Ultimately, I am going to earn same revenue. So passenger kilometer will be my cost unit. Once again, understand the only difference in operating costing is cost unit. You are in a service sector. You will not be finding out cost per kilometer. You will not be finding out cost per passenger, but you will be finding out cost per passenger kilometer. Say if you are in the service of transportation of goods. Now there is no passenger, but there is tons, kilometers. So whenever you go for a courier, two things they will ask. Number one, weight of the product. Number two, distance or where you need to send it. Why they are asking these two questions? From that they will be finding out a ton kilometers or kg kilometers. If the parcel is very small, it is kg kilometers. So if they are charging 5 rupees per kg kilometer, what does it mean? I want to send something from say Ahmedabad to Vadodara. It is how many kilometers? So 150 kilometers. And I need to send something which is of 2 kgs. So how much I want to transport is 300 kg kilometers. So this will be the cost unit, or this will be the revenue unit, or this will be the selling price of this type of business. And what selling price they have decided? 5 rupees per kg kilometer. If they have decided 5 kgs per kg kilometer, what they will be charging from me? 1500 rupees. Because what service I want? I want a service of 300 kg kilometer. I want to travel some goods which are weighing 2 kgs and I want to transport them for 150 kilometers. I want a service of 300 kg kilometer. And so I will have to pay 1500 rupees because they might have decided that their cost is 4 rupees per kg kilometer and they have decided a selling price of 5 kg per kg kilometer. So cost unit will be typical, otherwise it will be an easy point. Let us understand concept of absolute ton kilometers and commercial ton kilometers. Now, ton kilometers, as I told you, is a cost unit of a transportation units which is transporting goods. And it will be charging for transporting the goods based upon kilometers traveled and the weight of the goods, that is tons, in tons. Now, how we find out absolute ton kilometer and commercial ton kilometer? Answer will be same, but how we find out absolute ton kilometer? Try to concentrate. If a truck is traveling from station A to B to C to D. So when it travels from A to B, it carries 5 tons and it travels 100 kilometers. When it travels from B to C, it carries only 3 tons and it travels 50 kilometers. And when it travels from C to A, it carries only 2 tons and it travels 40 kilometers. So when I am finding out absolute ton kilometers, what technique I will use? Try to concentrate. How many ton kilometers it is traveling? The truck is traveling from A to B, 100 into 5. That is 500 ton kilometers. From B to C, 50 into 3. That is 150 ton kilometers. And from C to A, 40 into 2, that is 80 ton kilometers. So how many total ton kilometers is the 500 plus 150 plus 80, which will be 730 ton kilometers. This is a technique of finding out ton kilometers. Now my total cost will be divided with this ton kilometers to get cost per kilometers. No, cost per ton. No, cost per ton kilometers. That is 730. Now, if I want to find out the same answer by commercial ton kilometers. Now, what was this technique? Absolute ton kilometers. Try to understand commercial ton kilometers. How many tons I am carrying from A to B? 5 tons. From B to C, 3 tons. And from C to A, 2 tons. So I am practically transferring on an average 5 plus 3, 8 plus 2, 10 divided by 3 will be average tons traveled. How many kilometers it is traveling? Multiplied by 100 plus 50, 150 plus 40, 100. And finding out this answer is 10 divided by 3 multiplied by 190 will be 633. Ton. So answer in commercial ton kilometers and absolute ton kilometers will be same. As I told you, the answer will be no. I told you that it will be same, but it will not be same. Absolute ton kilometers, commercial ton kilometers, what it is doing? It is finding out average tons traveled. Average ton traveled is 5, 3 and 2 divided by 3. That is 10 divided by 3. What is coming? 10 divided by 3 is 3.33. So it is assuming that 3.33 tons is traveled for 190 kilometers. It is doing simple average. Actually, what should be done is weighted average. 5 tons is traveled for more kilometer as compared to 3 tons and as compared to 2 tons. So 5 should be given more importance. Here 5, 3 and 2 are given equal importance. So the answer would not be same. But this is commercial ton kilometers. This is how we find out commercial ton kilometers. This is how we find out absolute ton kilometers. Sir, in question, if nothing is given, I will always be finding out absolute ton kilometers and never commercial ton kilometers. Commercial ton kilometers can be used when you want an approximate answer. Your correct answer is absolute ton kilometers. Believe me, what is the difference is this is weighted average and this is simple average. So when you are carrying more load for more kilometers, there should be given more weightage and which will be given in absolute ton kilometers. So we will be always finding out by this method unless and until it is written. Sometimes institute asks you this type of question. Find out absolute ton kilometers and commercial ton kilometers. So in that case, you should be knowing how to find out absolute ton kilometers. It is your ton multiplied by your kilometers in total. And what is commercial ton kilometers is what is average load you are transporting multiplied by total kilometers will be commercial ton kilometers.